everybody. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters. Always powered by coffee each and every time. Welcome, it's a nighttime edition here. So, what is the mighty Psycho going to go off and do today? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten to the season-ending episode of Season 3 of Jukebox From Hell. That's right. On your scorecards today, we're looking at its episode 30. That's right. Episode 30, we are going to conquer a album that changed me a little, if you will. We are talking about, before we get to that though, if you haven't checked out the previous episode, episode 29, was the 1988 album from the Little River band Monsoon. Kindly check that out. I think that you will enjoy and learn a couple things. But today, we're going to talk about a band that has definitely been talked about good and bad in music circles since the late 1960s. The Shaggs, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the Shaggs. Just like with the Yoko Ono episode, I fell on a musical grenade for you guys. And I know some of you people are going to go, well, we didn't ask you to. And you're right, you didn't. And I also will say this. There are a lot of written and documentary and audio on this group. Alright? So, this here, for example, I apologize, but I was not going to go and spend $30 to $35 for a reissue, okay, a recent reissue of Philosophy of the World. Sorry, I'm not doing it. But I found this. At a Goodwill for $2 several years ago. And I was like, and that's before I listened to the music, because I just heard the name, you see. So here we got on this bit. So we're going to do the best we can on this. So, band starts out in 1965. A rock band of the Wiggin sisters, Dot, Betty, and Helen. Later, Sis Rachel would join them in the mix too. They're from Fremont, New Hampshire. So it seems that this band was concocted. Oh, by the way, there's a bunch of sources here today, okay, guys? The Shaggs site, Rounder Records, Wiki, AllMusic. I watched like 2 mini documentaries on YouTube. I'm sorry, I don't remember who, but they were short. Maybe I will put one of them in the bonuses, maybe. I'll put something in the bonus, in the comments. So from Fremont, New Hampshire, so it seems that this band was concocted by their father, Austin, who in the past, his mother was a fortune teller / palm reader, or something like that. He predicted that his daughters would be famous. He made them practice every day and every week perform at the town hall in Fremont. Okay. So, oh boy. This is where okay. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to be putting some personal interjection on all this, but when I brought up that I was going to be doing this episode, I had people have a few chuckles. I had a few people that said, "Oh my God, Psycho, no," and a few people that were sympathetic, I guess. So I have to stress here, this is a very unusual situation for Jukebox From Hell. So, the girls never wanted to be musicians, and they also couldn't write or perform well. This was forced on them by their dad. And after the dad died of a heart attack in 1975, the band broke up. Dot wrote songs, lead guitar, and sang. Betty, rhythm guitar and vocals. Helen played drums, and Rachel, when she'd show up, would play bass. Their father, Austin, was their manager as well. Local people and the girls called him a very serious and strict man. His mom was, like I said, a palm reader, made the prediction of the girls, and come hell or high water, that dream was going to happen. The sisters later said that he was nuts, and they didn't want to insult their grandmother due to the prediction, and kept going. Austin wasn't a musician or anything previously tied to the music business. The band was named a combination of things. A, the shag hairstyle of the time in the mid-60s, and took it from the 1959 really good movie Shaggy Dog. They went to a recording studio in 1969 in Revere, Massachusetts to record the album. The recording engineer said that these girls aren't ready, said that to Austin. And Austin said, we got to get them while they're hot. 1,000 copies were made on Third World Records. But the owner of the label ran off with 900 of them. Austin only ended up with 100 copies. So, 12 tracks. I'm not going to do a song-by-song breakdown, and I'll tell you why when I get done. But track 1, Philosophy of the World. Track 2, That Little Sports Car. Track 3, Who Are Parents? Track 4, the much talked about My Pal Foot Foot. Track 5, My Companion. Track 6, I'm So Happy When You're Near. Track 7, Things I Wonder. Track 8, Sweet Thing. Track 9, It's Halloween. Track 10, Why Do I Feel? Track 11, What Should I Do? And lastly, track 12, We Have a Savior. Alright, so I listened to all of this. So, yeah, out-of-tune guitars, drums are all over the place. The harmonies, the singing, all off. Okay? Oh boy. Alright. Shaggs broke up in 1975, like I said, after Austin's death. Frank Zappa, Kurt Cobain, Bonnie Raitt, and members of the band NRBQ were fans of the Shaggs. 1980, it was reissued on Rounder Records. Shaggs' own Thing was released in 1982. It is unreleased material from 1969 and 1975 because shortly before Austin's death, he took the girls to Fleetwood Studios. Now, according to one of the studio personnel at that 75 session, you would have thought that playing all this time, over 6 years, would have maybe marked some improvements. Nope. And along on that album too, besides the 69 and 75 sessions, along with new songs and a remake of My Pal Foot Foot. Now, I learned something a little bit, not only from listening to this album, but I found out some type of genre of music that I did not know existed until listening to the Shaggs. It's called outsider music. Now, I'm pretty ignorant on this topic, so I did have to go to Wiki and some forum. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But basically, in a nutshell, outsider music is little or no music experience who have childlike essence or mental disabilities or illnesses. Dot and Betty reunited for shows in 1999 and 2017. Helen died in 2006. The Dot Wiggin Band released an album in 2013 containing unreleased Shaggs songs. So, here's my thing. Does it deserve to be in the Jukebox from Hell? Yes, it does. Out of the 30 episodes that I have done so far, I'm sorry, this is the worst thing. Somebody in one of the comments cracked that should have been Yoko Ono's backing band. I digress. So, the thing is this. I'm not going to make fun of them. Alright, I'm not. Put yourself in their shoes. Let's say you don't know a lick of music and you had to go through similar things. How they managed to even continue to do that for 6 years is beyond me. And the album Philosophy of the World did touch on typical situations or thoughts that teenagers maybe would have had. My pal Foot being an animal, a beloved animal. Parents, religion, one of their favorite, holidays. Cars, summer, stuff like that. Typical stuff. Typical teenage stuff. So, I don't feel sorry for them. Sympathy's dime a dozen. I feel empathy for them. That's what I do. So, I reiterate, does this deserve to be in Jukebox from Hell? Yes. But only on the condition of the music. Let me ask you something, okay? Have you ever heard this album at all? Now, this one here, this is a rounder release from the 90s, okay? And, I'll show you the little thing there too, but basically what this does is it took Philosophy of the World and Shaggs' own thing and a little bit extra, alright, and stuck it on this CD. It's about almost an hour and 10 minutes worth of Shaggdom, if you will. Did you ever end up getting any of these re-releases? They've also re-released, different things for them for record store days over the years. Here's my question for you. If you haven't heard this yet, drop in the comments a band that you just can't stand. That you've heard the music and it was dreadful. So, normally I'd be going off and telling you what's going to be the first episode of season 4 from Jukebox from Hell. We will be taking 6 to 8 weeks off so I can take care of a few things. I've got doctor appointments and other miscellaneous, okay? So we will be back in about 6 to 8 weeks. So what are we going to start off with? Guess what? I'm not even entirely sure yet. I have a few different options here. So for the moment, we're going to leave it as a question mark. But I'm not going to trick you guys like I did at the beginning of the season and give you a question mark. I will have, you know, when I film episode 31, we'll go more into it, okay? I also want to say thank you very much for all the positive support, the comments, the suggestions, and the basic goodwill and friendship and love that I have received. 99% about this channel. And I love doing this stuff. I enjoy it. Once again, if you have any future suggestions for episodes of Jukebox From Hell, leave them in the comments, and I will consider them and add them to the request book that I currently have. It's almost 2 pages long now. So guys, we just turned into 2024 here. I want everybody to have a happy new year, and I hope it's a good one for all of you. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, always powered by coffee each and every time. That is the Psycho promise. You take care. God bless. Rock on. And we're going to see you very soon, all right? Thank you. And go listen to this.